Hey everybody, welcome back. It's me, I'm Northernlion. I'm playing the Binding of Isaac Afterbirth, plus I never lose. We can't do that because half of these wins are with the Forgotten, but I might do it anyway. What is this item? BT37EQ8Q. This is a dangerous situation because I just do not know what this item is. You can make it, you can make it, he didn't make it. I know you're gonna say, what do you mean you don't know what the item is? It's Circle of Protection. Is it though? Cause like the icon's different, but they changed a bunch of icons in the booster pack. But maybe they didn't change this one. I don't think well, I mean, it's definitely not Circle of Protection. That much is obvious. When an enemy gets into the circle, they're frozen. Wait a minute, this is the greatest item that's ever been made in any video game ever. I understand how we live our lives now. We get, oh, I mean, that's pretty good, but we get a single orbital that's large enough to reach from our body to the edge of the circle, and then we just freeze enemies and kill them with the orbital. It's a dream come true. I mean, no enemy should be able to make it past the threshold of our protection. You ever do that? Like a whistle when you make us, you try to say a word? It's so weird. The human body is very strange. Sometimes there'll be, there's nothing that undermines your point faster, let's put it that way, than, you're like, no mom, I'm being serious right now, I really and you whistle a little bit. Oh, you really what? You want to sing me a song? Mom, that's not funny. I'm talking to you about the June 7th election in Ontario, and you're just making fun of me by undermining my opinions. That's a deep cut political reference. Not a deep cut because it's old, but a deep cut because I don't know what percentage of my audience lives in Ontario, Canada, has any knowledge of politics. Probably like 4% would be my, probably even less, probably like 1%. So 1 million people. Hey, stop with the movement and the, see I can't, I keep panicking because he gets close to me. It's like the opposite of that Sting song. Are you talking about It Wasn't Me with Shaggy? No, I'm not talking about the sacrilegious and highly cursed Sting and Shaggy cover of It Wasn't Me that has no reason to exist on planet Earth. I'm talking about Please Don't Stand So Close to Me. This item is quite good. It makes me want a cube. Give me some meat squares and the run will be so smooth. My brain is so large and so wrinkly, I'm so smart. If I lose this great run, I might just have to don't stay. He was gonna say fart. The streamer was gonna say fart. It's true. It's true, I was. I was really hoping that you were Larry Jr. Wait a minute, did you get pushed out or did you just... He can't get frozen anymore after a set amount of time. I was like the happiest person in the world because I thought I would just freeze him and then shoot him until he died. Unfortunately, but also fortunately for the purposes of this video being even mildly enjoyable, and yeah, that's a word. You've never heard of a botched enjoyable utterance before? We're gonna have to actually fight him. We can freeze the ball on the way in, too. Alright. I gotta be honest, first floor, the mind is a terrible thing to waste and is a very good item, but, nothing else really titillated me too much. Mostly excited about the fact that we got a really cool new item that I'm a big fan of so far. Still looking out for this orbital, though. He's a genius. He made it work. That looked like it was not gonna go down right for a little while there, but we made it happen. I mean, the game kit is fine. It's not a bad item. It's mostly just kind of like, it's expensive. Once every 6 rooms, you get good value out of it, but it'll cost you, you know? Right now, though, I feel like this run's got every ability to succeed. Sack Dagger from A Deal with the Devil. Dude, it almost fits so well into Please Don't Stand So Close to Me that I got Sack Dagger, Devil Deal now. The item would be clutch. The heck is flat stone? What on earth? The world is actually my oyster. So that worked out really well. Is this good? I have no idea. I didn't even take a look to see how it affected our stats either. It's certainly interesting. Good is kind of a strong expression, though. Mostly because I have no idea. I don't know what it does for us, except maybe jumps over some enemies. You know what I'm looking forward to is seeing what kind of crazy tier effects Edmund and co have got cooked up for us again. This Thursday on the Binding of Isaac Afterbirth Plus. So that was very poor, but I love the ability to freeze him in place. I'm not gonna let that get me down. Now, does range make our tiers bounce longer? Does the first shot travel higher before it bounces? Or, you know, you see what I'm getting at here is I have no idea. I'm mad at myself. That's alright. We're coming back as Dark Judas. We haven't done this strat in a little while here. The respawn strat. We've been getting, you know, Judas' Shadow on the regular, but we haven't really been taking advantage of it. Instead, focusing on, you know, just ramping up the Zane wherever possible through ulterior means. Usually we have a lot of HP, I guess, which is the problem there, but here, we didn't have a lot of HP. So things become a little bit easier on that side of things. Right now, we don't have a synergy between these two items. Like, between... Oh, I don't even have a bomb. What a bomber. Here's what I'm thinking. Buy a bomb. I know a Spirit Heart's valuable as well, but... I mean, you don't have to tell me. This is a little patronizing. I've been telling you that Spirit Hearts are valuable. I've been playing this game since you were knee-high to a grasshopper. It's a real expression. You don't need to look it up. I've been missing Spirit Hearts since you were, you know, in first grade learning how to read. What's sad is that that might actually be true to some extent. Alright, Ace of Clubs. You know, I'm a simple man. I see pennies, I turn them into bombs. Or red hearts would be another valid target. Yeah, like there, for example. So we're leaving, and it's gonna be... I don't know why I said that like I was going to the grocery store. We're leaving! And I'm not gonna get any flaming hot Cheetos unless you help me take the reusable bags out to the car. Yeah, let's open it up. This run is simultaneously better and worse than it was on the last floor. It's gonna be a lot better if we can get to a sustainable amount of HP via, you know, defensive items or what have you. You know what's weird is that I valued the golden chest that we got out of a golden chest lower than I valued the golden chest that we were gonna have to blow up a rock to access. I was like, oh, we gotta go with these ones first. They were here before the one that came out of the other chest. Like, my brain is like, the golden chests are gonna judge you if you don't go in the order that they appeared. What is wrong with me? Do you guys use reusable grocery bags? I'm not judging you, okay? Because, like, I use reusable grocery bags. It's easy. We just keep them in our car, and then whenever we go grocery shopping, we take them down. It's literally like it takes like a millisecond. I really feel, though, that that's where my generation, or the generation slightly older than me, might be starting to feel the burn. And I don't know where you live, okay? So, like, Vancouver is the greenest city, almost to the point of annoyance. But annoyance, I think, is fine if it's the science... Okay, the shots definitely do bounce over enemies. If scientists are like, hey, be a little annoyed, and it'll slow down, you know, the rate of the Great Pacific Garbage Patch growing. So, like, they're banning plastic straws here and single-use cups. That's crazy. I don't know, like, other parts of the world, I think for the most part, you know, would consider that a little bit. It's almost too far. Hey, don't hit me, sir. But, reusable grocery bags didn't really become a thing until I was in university. And it took me a little while as well. You know, sometimes you forget them. Sometimes you're like, it's, you know, we pay 5 cents a bag for plastic bags here. It's funny, like, we were up in, this is 2 years ago or so now. It must have been something that started, or at least happened in Vancouver relatively, like, a long time ago, is what I'm trying to say with a little bit more flowery language. And then spread to other parts of BC. Because when we were up there, we went to a grocery store and we didn't have any bags because we were on vacation. I know, we should have bought our reusable, or we should have brought our reusable bags for our vacation if we wanted to be good Vancouverites. Or we could have done the true Galaxy Brain thing. Bought reusable bags so that they didn't judge us for not having reusable bags and then thrown them out at the hotel later. Is that what you want? Kick it a little. Ooh, I think that kick might have saved it, weirdly enough. So I need some HP. Please hook me up with some HP here. And when we were checking out, the cashier was like, do you have reusable bags? And we're like, no, sorry, we don't. And she looked at us like, first off, we're stupid. And like, we hate planet Earth. And then she was like, well, just so you know, it's gonna be 5 cents a bag for plastic bags. And she like winced like she'd been yelled at by tourists all day. And we're like, yeah, we know. You know, we're hip, we're with it. I like to think that we were the best consumers that she had in the store that day. That might be a little too much, though. Another Joker card? You know what? No. So I did buy a battery charge to be able to play this a little bit more often. We probably won't get 5 cents out of it. We'll probably get 4. Oh, never mind. We might get, like, 7. Oh, we have a counterfeit penny as well. So this is actually, like, a genius-level strat I hadn't considered. Buy this. Place that bomb down. That's extremely great. Buy a battery charge again. And peep this. It's another Joker card. So I don't need blood bag out of this, but this seems like a seam, so I'm gonna keep pulling on the thread. We know no matter what, we can get 5 cents every single time. What does that mean for us? It means we can buy a 5-cent battery every single time. So I tried to save myself a bomb there. Goodbye, Hive Mind. Hardly knew you. I'm telling you. One of these days it's gonna work. Or we're gonna pick up enough luck upgrades. Or we're gonna pick up enough HP. There we go. And with counterfeit penny, we're actually getting like just a crazy deal. We are gonna run out of bombs eventually. Sharp plug. No! I'm just offended now. It's our 3rd Joker card. I mean, it's actually amazing because... Wow, you are stupid. It's actually amazing because we've got all these guaranteed deals with the devil coming up, but... It's a little annoying. So this is not how I prefer to spend most of my time on an Isaac run, but you know, it is what it is. If it works out for us, then it's all worth it. And I mean, in the end, it's already worked out for us. We got all these Joker cards, which were annoying here because we already had a Joker card, but otherwise great. And, you know, we've gotten 2 luck upgrades. It's an incredibly laborious process. I don't even really want blue map. I think we probably got 1 more reroll of this machine and then it's all over. What I want is blood bag, which we finally got, and now I can get the heck out of here. Move on with my friggin' life. So we got the weirdest, strangest situation right now. I don't know what to tell you. Anti-grav, bouncing tears. The more the tears bounce, the more damage they do thanks to the lump of coal. It's a living. That's all I can really say. So we also got Sack of Sacks, that's right. Oh, we got that back in the golden room. Golden chest room, I should say. Why is Sack of Sacks valuable? Because we're going to get a buttload of battery charges. Great name for an electronics store. And we're going to use that buttload of battery charges to serve us extremely well in making sure that we have the easiest run plausible. That did not hurt us, and I'm now extremely confused. So peep this. I think we want to take this, then this, okay? I can live with it, I think. Now we get to hold Hagalaz. We also gain access to Boss Trap, which was not worth very much, unfortunately. And I was thinking, you know what the next step is use the Joker card to get out, but then I was like, that's a waste of a Joker card. The Joker cards that we thought were so valueless on the last floor because they were. So we need a little bit more on this run. Like, I think you can see for yourself. We stack up, like, a ton of shots to use on these champions, and they don't really get bodied the way that I feel like they should get bodied. Like, I'm embarrassed at the speed at which they're dying. You are very fast. Now, it's not the best use of Lump of Coal to just get him to Pac-Man himself into these, but it does allow us to take one hand off the keyboard and use it for whatever purposes I feel I need to. Scratching my face, other areas, and so on and so forth. I would definitely not suggest this is a guaranteed win. This is the most off balance I've been on an Isaac run in a little while. Probably should have just Hagalazed. High Priestess, Joker. The other one's Hagalaz. We'll just use it and maybe we'll get Magic Mush. Odds are not good, but I was gonna try to race across there. In case you're wondering where my headspace is at on this run, apparently not so good. Now, we haven't been freezing enemies as often as we should. It seems like a surprisingly... Oh, that's a Chaos card. Like a potentially okay synergy with... Oh, it's Ancient Recall, actually. Eh. What I was gonna say is a potentially okay synergy with Anti-Grav. Probably was worth it. I mean, we got our battery charge back, so it's definitely worth it. So what do I mean with this cryptic sentence? Or what I mean, if you must know, is that by freezing an enemy, I should be able to stand right in front of them. Definitely could be playing these for Spirit Arts, by the way, but hey, you know, we only got a limited amount of time on planet Earth. My thinking is we could freeze enemies, particularly like a single enemy, get up in their face, leave a bunch of tears there, and then blast them. Like this. Wow, he unfroze at like exactly the right time to counteract my master plan. So if you ever thought boss rush was gonna happen on this run, just pull a Tony Soprano and forget about it. I have never seen The Sopranos, I'm just being honest. But I did go to the opera last night, and that's not a joke. If you've never been to the opera, I mean, it was a performance that Kate was playing in. It wasn't like we were like, let's go to the opera. They're playing some of Rossini's classics, you know? I consider myself cultured, but I'm not like 80-year-old millionaire cultured. I'm like, you know, tech-savvy 29-year-old cultured. I like Blade Runner, you know? That's where I'm at. If you've never been to the opera, I've been to 2. It's very weird because it's like a musical, but for some reason it's all in Italian. And the reason is because it was written in Italian back in like the 19th century. So like, these people get on stage and they're not Italian. And like, you know, the orchestra plays and it goes like, dum da diddle diddle dum bum bum. And this dude just stands up there and I don't know if it's just the operas I've seen, I don't think it is. They always have to look like super cocky. So they're standing up there and they're making this smug face to the crowd like, and I know that they have to. It's not like they're like, inside of their head they're like, oh my god, I'm nervous maybe. But their persona is like, you know, looking like they got it all figured out. Because they're playing a character. Because you realize this isn't a musical performance, it's actually a narrative in a language you can't understand. It's like if foreign films came to your country, but they didn't put subtitles on it. There's subtitles in the book, but you gotta, it's, you know, I showed up before the pamphlets were there, so I was confused. But then, after like a 1 minute long orchestral intro, this 19-year-old guy wearing a cummerbund goes, la, la 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 la, and I'm like, oh no. I already wanna laugh, and we're only like 3 lines in. La 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 la, and I'm like, oh, Jesus, this is gonna be a catastrophe. I didn't laugh, but and I'm not making fun of you if you're an opera singer, okay? It takes an incredible amount of skill and practice, and you know, they were hitting some notes that are unfathomable from my perspective, which shouldn't surprise you, but You got to admit, I hope that if you're an opera singer, you at least understand. It's kind of a bizarre art form. It's like, yeah, I sing in Italian. I was born in Burlington, Ontario, but I sing in Italian. Why don't you translate them into English? Because they're not that good, okay? They just... Get out of here. Like, I'm not messing with you. I'm not making fun of the Barber of Seville. It's a classic, you know? You ever see Bugs Bunny? But the lyrics are not important. What's great is that the song sounds better in Italian. If they put it in English, like, all the lyrics are like... This girl is not accepting my advances. No, no. It's like, it just doesn't work, you know? It was written with Italian in mind, so I understand it. But, it's wild, dude. And I had a great bit in my head. Which is, you know, if you've never been to an opera, the other thing is if you're not interested particularly in opera, you're probably going to spend a lot of time coming up with bits in your head just to keep yourself occupied. But I leaned over to Corey and I said, like, can you imagine if this guy asked you to go to karaoke? Just pictured, like, yo, you guys want to go to karaoke tonight? Everyone's like, yeah, yeah. And he pops onto the screen. What about me? God, Antonio. Okay, we can go, but you gotta promise not to do any 14-minute operettas, okay? I mean, I would do the rest. I don't possess the vocal skills, though. You get the idea. Look at this, dude. It's like that famous scene from Nicolas Cage's movie, Drive Angry. You know the one I'm talking about. The one where he's killing enemies and using the blood bank at the same time. We have 87 flippin' cents. We're on the Depths 1, by the way, in case you were wondering where this run's at. The answer is not in a great place. I don't know why. I get, like... I'm looking at my raw stats. Which I can do, because they're mine. Ooh, that was close. I'm looking at my raw stats, and I'm like, this run should be better than it is. But it's not. And that stinks. Trenchant observation, as always, from the John Madden of Isaac. No, thank you. Yeah, Tarot Cloth is incredible. And then a Two of Clubs is also very good. And then a Spirit Heart seems like a necessity. And everything else is cool. We should, as much as it pains me, because we're just going to lose the Spirit Heart that we just got. We should go to our curse room. Beyond the standard outcomes. No, thank you. Although we probably don't need the counterfeit penny anymore. Beyond the standard outcomes, you know, there's always the guppy chance that we have to look for. And it worked out perfectly, thank you for asking. Justice. Hey, get away from me. I got hit, but also generated HP. I don't know whether to be happy or unhappy. What a confusing circumstance I found myself in. Honestly, like, this is my play. This is the way I play. Imagine going to karaoke with me. Hey, does anyone want to sing the vocal part in every Linkin Park song? I'll be the guy who goes, one thing. I don't know why. It does not even matter how hard I try. Keep that in mind. This rhyme I designed to explain in due time. Why did you stand still? I know why I stood still. I was enamored with the fact that I was making this dude freeze in place. Oh, we're gods. Reminds me of a quote from my favorite game, BioShock. No gods, no men, only BioShock. Papa John's. Classic video game quote. Obviously, we have to. Brimstone. See, it isn't that hard. The other thing is, I mean, I really can't stress enough, it's just kind of like a, and this is not judgmental, or it's judgmental, but it's not meant to be rude. It's not that I think it's bad art, or not art. It's just bizarre. Because they're singers. But they're also acting in another language through their song. So they were like, there's a brother and sister that were doing the parts, which first off, I was like, come on, save some voices for the rest of us. But they were like playing love interests. And I don't think that's weird that they're playing love interests. It's like they don't have to engage in coitus off screen. That doesn't, you know, it's not a necessary part of the job, I imagine. But he does have to like, whoop. You know, he's like holding her on the arm and stuff like that. And then I'm assuming, I don't know what they're saying, because again, I didn't get a program, but I'm assuming he's saying like, oh, I'm gonna hold you on the arm. She's like, don't hold me on the arm. I'm going to hold you on the arm. And then there's like 2 other opera singers that appear from the side. He cannot hold her on the arm. Yeah, okay. Anyway, I digress. That's the end of the opera bit. As far as, in terms of like, pretentious media forms, give me ballet over opera any day of the week. Ballet is exciting. And I'm not talking about exciting like somebody could fall down and ruin their career. I mean, like, that's NASCAR. I always thought it was, when I was a kid, people would say like, adults would say this. They'd be like, yeah, I watched NASCAR because someone could crash. And I was like, yeah, that's really cool. Got a little bit older and I'm like, you watch something you don't like to maybe see someone die? That's horrible. First off, no, I don't want to see them die. I just want to, I live for that like couple of minutes in between where you don't know if they're gonna live or die. So you're trying to make me out to be some kind of monster. I just like seeing cars explode. And, you know, having a nebula. I just turn it off before they give the all clear sign. First off, you should do something more productive with your time. You know, you at least watch something that you like. You ever see Breaking Bad? That's a great show. Watch that, dude. Secondly, you shouldn't be actively rooting for other people to get in an accident. That's just ignorant. It makes you look like a... It makes you look like a lowlife, basically. Who's the lowlife now, NL? Me for rooting for somebody to get hurt, or you for judging me for... Obviously you! Obviously you're the lowlife in this situation. You can't turn this one around on me. They usually don't die in a crash, I'm aware, but it has happened. Oh, that was real bad. My face says it all right here. Definitely sticking with the curved horn, and I'm just like, you know what? See you later. So that was sick. I actually think that Ace of Diamonds. We're probably better off with Rotten Baby. But, you know, if we get hit once, we will die. So there is that. It's a little dangerous. No question about it. However, the flies from Rotten Baby are gonna be just devastating. All we gotta do is live for a Spirit Heart to come back. Or any kind of HP. Dagaz will do it. Really wanted a battery charge. This is a scary room. Yep, I deserved it. I was trying to thread the needle. I got way too aggressive there. That was a great run that we threw away. I must apologize for my foibles. Well, no, okay, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the episode. If you did, click the like button. Helps out a great deal. Of course, subscribe if you want to see more in the future. For now, thanks for watching. I'll be back with another one. Doesn't get me down too much to lose an Isaac. See you then. See you.